Hey Scorpio, it's your girl JV. High Priestess. Back at it again with your Cancer season general tarot reading for Cancer season 2020. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All these clicks and going on. I'm not sure what's going on. But okay. So, I was supposed to do this video yesterday, actually. And, I ended up going above and beyond for a reading, and something that was really like petty taken from me, just in an attempt to like bite my aesthetic. And I had to go into it knowing that this person took from me and still show up as a light worker. And I feel like that may be something that you guys are having to go through. Like knowing that someone has wronged you in some way, but still showing up, still showing, being a source of light, still, and another thing was like, there's a really chill vibe aesthetic wise. Like a lot of you may be working from home, you just like chilling. I don't even have a bra on. Like I couldn't bring myself to do it for the reading. And that may be like something that you're going through, and I think that's like a very water sign thing that's happening right now. Like a really relaxed aesthetic, a really just chilling. And also I got a lot of, like, there was a lot of distractions, like being easily distracted, feeling like there's a lot going on, feeling like there's a lot to do, knowing that there's a lot to do, and not really like, well, I'll do it once I knock this out, or when I get to this, like, and it's okay, because there's a lot going on. Pluto, that Jupiter and Pluto conjunction, your ruling planets, Pluto and Mars, there's just some heavy hitter shit going on. Jupiter and Pluto conjunct yesterday, and there are some positive unexpected things, or an expansion of the undertone of things, an expansion of darkness, or an expansion of opportunity in unexpected places. Also, Mars finally moved into Aries, and so there is this oomph of energy, this oomph of drive that some of you may not even really be feeling yet, but I think it will be coming. And that is something that, you know, feeling more motivated, just knowing you got shit to do, and like actually doing it, and being able to see when you're being distracted. Now, this lunar eclipse in Capricorn that happens on the 5th, the moon is actually in Scorpio right now. So I think that explains this like blah, like, right, and that may not be for the entire Cancer season, but I think that is something for this week. There is just this weird kind of meh, blah, apathy even. But also that, and some of you are experiencing a feeling of loss, a feeling like maybe something may have been taken from you, a feeling like of being maybe taken advantage of. And when Mercury squares Mars in a week, you're going to have something to say about it. Or you're going to be hearing a lot about it. There are opportunities. And even the cards don't want to talk. It's just like, meh, meh. Let's see what happens. I don't feel like this came out. I feel like I grabbed it. So, like, come on. But I love when the cards are reticent because it means that they want to be specific and that you need specific messages. You need specific words. So, whoo! First card out, the Emperor. All right. So who's the Aries? Some of you with the Aries, heavy on your mind, heavy in your atmosphere, and Mars, the Emperor is ruled by Mars. The Aries card is now 1 degree in Aries, and I'm telling you, shit's about to pick up. There is order coming from the chaos. There is structure that's needed, discipline that's needed, and leaning into reaching for that discipline, leaning into your autonomy, leaning into your sovereignty, your ability to govern your life, do shit your way, delegate if need be, but also just like taking back control, taking control of like harnessing this energy, harnessing the fire, harnessing any kind of anger that you feel like welling up inside or about to bubble over. Some of you may be hearing from an Aries or being visited by one, and if you're a Scorpio dating, talking to an Aries, you may not have their full attention right now. And that may be okay with you as a Scorpio. You may not trying to have their whole attention. You probably got your whole other shit going on. But with the Emperor out, it's a time to like put yourself first. Yeah. 5 of Pentacles. Put yourself first because the Aries isn't permanent. Some of you may be, okay, so this comes up in multiple different ways, but the Aries, for some of you, the Aries is temporary. For some of you, an Aries abandoned you. For some of you, you're coming up dealing with father abandonment issues, feeling rejected, feeling left out. Some of you may be also having some financial issues that you are now getting you're getting like disciplined about it. Like, okay, this shit can't stay like this, so we gotta do something about it. But some of you, there just may be a certain kind of misery or trauma bonding or something in regards to an Aries or another Scorpio, 9 of Cups. But it's like you overcome this. If you are interested in Aries and also Scorpio, I think that the Emperor is showing up as you. You have the power. You have the passion, the energy to deal with whatever financial conflict or relationship conflict that's going on right now, and that you guys are able to move from a place of, whew, there you are, Scorpio, honey. It's time to keep it moving. Don't be a groupie, keep it moving. And lean into yourself, step into your power. If you have a feeling like the Aries or the Scorpio that you're talking to is like halfway in, they're halfway in. Also, if you have an Aries friend that's coming to you, their heart is really heavy and they're coming to you for upliftment and joy. So if this is a platonic thing with the Aries, if you have if you as a Scorpio have an Aries child or an Aries, relative or loved one, they're going through a really hard time right now, and they may be seeking, some comfort in you. Yeah. There's also a lot of loss and grief and sadness that's just not being dealt with. Death and the Five of Cups reversed. This is stuff you don't want to talk about. There's a lot of shadow work going on here, but you're moving forward in it. But it's like there's this thing that happens with when Scorpios do shadow work. It's just like layers upon layers upon layers, and it gets darker and it gets darker and it gets darker and uglier, and you're just like, at what point do I get any fucking relief? But there is this very seemingly unfair responsibility of like you doing the work you're doing in yourself is for, it's generational work. It's not just about you. It is going to radiate to everyone in your bloodline, to everyone that you come in contact with. So yeah, it's unfair for the universe to ask you to carry this load or to deal with this kind of darkness. But you're strong enough. You're about to get even stronger. You're about to get even faster, even more strength, and even more, it's like notoriety in the spirit realm, more spiritual gifts. This rebirth, this transformation that's coming in, there's like a falling off of the dark cloak for some of you as well. It's like you do get to the center of it. You do get to the root. You do figure it out. And the darkness starts to fall away. It starts to shed. But you have to get to the point where you're done looking in the past. And this is shit you don't want to talk about. I get it. I get it. Deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths. And even you cross watchers, if you're not 100% for the Scorpio right now, like, keep it fucking moving. Because, like, they got enough. The burden is enough. And and Scorpio's really coming into their own, really stepping into your power, really embracing the endings of things that you know need to end, the endings of things that you haven't wanted to face. There are past griefs, past like actual deaths, this real loss that is getting louder. It's getting harder to ignore, so it needs to be faced. Ooh, honey, why? And you're sad about it. Some of you are really, really sad, and I'm not gonna fucking downplay that shit. Some of you are really fucking sad. Some of you are really hurt. Some of you are really going through it. Some of you are like, and maybe this is a cross watcher or something, but some of you are like thinking about self-harming over this person, and it's like, no. Steer clear of sharp objects. Like, there's no need to, like, if you're at that point, there's a time to talk to a professional. It's time to talk to a professional. If you're at that point where you are at you have the desire or curiosity about cutting or self-harming in any kind of way, especially over some fucked up stuff that a Scorpio did to you, or fucked up stuff that that's happened to you. I mean, I think there are cross watchers. I think that there are cross watchers that are hurt by the Scorpio. That's what I'm picking up on big time too. But also, like, Scorpios are dealing with a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. family things. I'm not ending on 3 of Swords. We're not doing that but I'm going to acknowledge it. I'm going to speak to it because that's what you need to do. And that's what hasn't happened. There is a looking away. It's like I'm strong. And that's the thing that with the first card out being Emperor, and that gaze, that looking away, there is like what I said earlier, I was channeling like distractions. Like it's like things that, what are you doing? What are you distracting yourself with so that you don't have to look at all this stuff? And so that you can just put on this strong persona. A lot of you have like basic root level pain that you need to get disciplined about your healing. You need to get ritualistic about healing your root chakra and whatever trauma or hurt is locked up in there. And it could, stuff with the father coming up, more information or more just ugliness coming up. That's painful. And so ask for the most useful and helpful advice. What's the most useful and helpful message for Scorpio in order to confront what's going on, deal with it, and grow? Deep breaths, deep breaths. Not facing it and not talking about it is no longer an option. No longer an option. And you may not want to talk about it. You may just, and that may be a thing. You're like, oh, wanting to dwell there. Don't get caught in the trap. Don't get caught in any kind of victim loop. Don't get caught in, if you need to, if you're upset about, the motherfucking Magician. Yes. Beginning, center, and end of the reading are all major arcana. Starting out with the Emperor, structure. Ending with the Magician, power. You understanding that you have everything you need. Don't get caught in the loop. Don't ask people for help. Stop asking people for help. Lean into your power. Oh, I think I cut myself off, but if you're talking to or asking or complaining about a situation to more than 2 people, like you're not really looking for comfort. You're just like, or advice or help. You're just in this woe is me thing. So check yourself. What's really going on? Yes, there is, bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. It's time to become a master of your words, a master of your thoughts. Understanding with the last card out being the Magician that you have everything that you need to step into your power and to effectively communicate what you need to communicate. Effectively empower yourself through connection to the divine, through understanding that you have the emotional wherewithal, you have the mental capacity to articulate what you need to communicate. You have the passion, the wands, the spirit, the gumption to get out there and start new, to do it again, to do something different. So let's get into it. All right, Scorpio, first card out being the Emperor, and I just want to ask, who is in the driver's seat of your life right now? Are you in charge? Are you in control? Are you letting spirit, hop in the car with you? Are you letting spirit get involved with your decisions? Those of you who have Aries children, they may be having a really hard time experiencing, like dealing with any kind of abandonment issues in their life or from their past. And it's really important that you provide emotional support to them in regards to their rebirth or their transformation. If you as a Scorpio have a Aries or Scorpio child, or even if you have a Gemini, Virgo, or I'll say even Sagittarius child, it's really important that you understand their transformation that they're going through, and that you be there for them, and that you get your words on point. So what's going on? Like, what's your relationship to authority? And what skills have you mastered? You know, with Emperor and the Magician out, it's just like, what have you learned about yourself recently? And what skills are you mastering? What work are you able to provide? There's just a very reliable person. This could be your father, or just a really, protective person in your life that you can go to, that will help you, that's coming in if you need help. Let's see. There's just understanding your power, understanding your authority. And I do want to clarify the Death card. Please clarify the Death card. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please clarify the Death card. Because there is an ending, or a passing, or a loss. When I said ending, I saw 222. And so if there's an ending, it's for the best. It's for the divine. And some of you may be ending relationships right now. And it may be really sad. You may not know what to do. You may not know, or ending friendships. It doesn't have to be romantic relationships. There could just be connections that you thought were divine that are ending, or that are being reestablished, that are being reborn, transformed. Please clarify the Five of Cups. Because, and with this Five of Cups, it's just like some of you could really be blaming yourself for some things. Some of you may be finally really ready to talk about this heartache, this transformation, this coming out. Some of you may actually have an actual transition that needs to, or someone that you know is going through a transition and needs your assistance, needs your help, needs your compassion, your encouragement. Please clarify the Five of Cups reverse. These cards are just not wanting to talk for y'all today. And that could be just something that it's just like this feels very private time, very something that you're not saying everything, you're not talking to everybody. You may not be talking to anybody, but you may need to. Those of you who are just keeping everything all bottled up inside, no more. It's time to really grow up and articulate how you feel and can properly communicate. Make the proper cuts in your life. For not everybody, you just can't hold on to everybody. You don't need to communicate with everybody, or every ex, every friend. Some of you are regretting some harsh words you said, but it doesn't matter. You already caused the pain. Don't go back to people, and don't go back to people at all. Don't go back to people because you have work on you to do. Any of you considering taking an ex back, just like, chilling in the past. No, right now you have an opportunity to really replenish yourself, reaccess the divine, reconnect with yourself, reconnect with your spirituality, reconnect with love. If you would stop. Look at these 3 cups. These 3 cups spilled right there. Get out of the past. Get your head out of the past, how it used to be, how it was. Be it a job, be it a relationship, be it a a friendship. Get out of the fucking past. And also, those of you, if somebody cheated on you or abandoned you in some way, you've got to stop focusing on the cheating, especially if you let them back in. If you can't like forgive somebody and then bring up the shit that they did every day or every other day. Not cool. Not cool at all, Dave. Like, or if they had a drinking problem and they went to, but see, 3, 3, 3, 13. Interesting. There's something in regards to 3 with you guys, and there may be just 3 people in the situation, a third party situation, but something has you feeling stuck, and it's important that you move on. Now, last but not least, I'm going to clarify I went so in with y'all for the first half. I'm going to have to keep this a little short, so please clarify the Magician. I'm going to ask for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Cancer season. Yes, it's time to get clear. It's time to get out of... 7 of Cups is Venus and Scorpio. There's time to get out of the daydream, get out of the fantasy, and you're able to do that by using your words. By using your words. The Magician is ruled by Mercury. This is by getting in your head in the right way, in a productive way. Using your words in a way that sets you free. Using your words that takes you out of the background and puts you in a more empowering stance in your life. You do not belong in the shadows of your life. You belong in the forefront. You belong in the motherfucking driver's seat. Get your ass back in the driver's seat. Bam. Bottom of the deck. Ace of Wands. This Mars and energy is about to bring some incredible power that sets you free. Yes. Being guided away from weakness into a place of strength, but you have to choose to use your words wisely and set yourself free from any kind of illusion or fantasy that you want to see. It's time to get real, baby. You have the power. You have everything that you need. So get busy. Mwah.